Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica. And in today's video, I am bringing you this month's episode of No Makeup and Chill, the Barefaced Chronicles. Now, those of you that have been here for a while and watched these videos, you're probably getting real sick of me giving my spiel at the beginning of every single one of these videos. I know that gets really obnoxious, but if anyone's new here, I just think it's best that I explain why I do this type of video once a month here on my channel, because the majority of my videos are makeup focused, right? I am aging, obviously. I'm 50 years old, and I don't know, I just am on this journey to accept myself for myself, as myself, with no makeup on my face. Still loving makeup, of course, being obsessed with makeup, honestly, but still wanting to just be proud of how I look without a stitch of makeup on my face. And I really want to encourage you guys to do the same thing, no matter how old you are. I also want you to know, though, that if you are the type of person that wears makeup all the time, I totally support that too. And it's no one else's business. You have to do what makes you happy, regardless of what anyone else thinks. This is just my personal mission in life, is to be okay with my face with no makeup on it. And also, I'm lazy, and sometimes I don't want to put stuff all together on my desk here in order to film a makeup look. I was going to do that this morning. I was going to film a Throwback Thursday video, but I don't want to. So today's going to be a no makeup day. And I just really want these videos to be very relaxed and very chill. Most of the time I do talk about makeup. Sometimes I don't. Just kind of depends. And this episode is not going to be about makeup. My dear friend, dear friend and fellow creator, Jan Van, I'll link her channel in my description box. I'm sure you guys know her. If you're here, you know Jan. I would bet a lot of money on it. She and her husband, Mike, did an 80s this or that video together. And my dear friend and subscriber, Dawn, commented to me in one of, I think, my video, and said, Jan and Mike did an 80s this or that on Jan's channel, of course. You need to do it on your channel, or would you want to do it on your channel, I think is what she said. And I'm like, yes, because I love the 80s. I was born in 1974. So my childhood and adolescence was in the 80s. And I believe the 80s was the best time that's ever been in terms of time. Loved the 80s. Will always love the 80s. Now, I would love it if my husband, Paul, would sit down and film a video with me. And I think he'd really love this because he's also a huge 80s fan, but he won't film with me. So I'm going to be doing this solo on my channel, but I will link Jan's video in my description box. Go and watch it. It's so great. She and Mike are the best. They're so funny. And I had a blast watching their video. And I've watched... They've filmed several videos together, and I've watched all of them. More than once, actually. They're really entertaining, and I just love them both so much, so it's fun to see them together. Jan pulled her 80s this or that questions off the internet, online, and she didn't write hers down or anything, and I was going to go and just watch her video again and jot it down, but then she said, no, I just, typed in 80s this or that and found them. And so I found them, and I think mine might be a little longer than hers and Mike's. I don't remember all of these being in that video, but maybe they were. I don't know. Anyway, go watch her video. It's amazing if you haven't watched it yet. Okay, so there's 31 this or that 80s themed questions. I'm just going to start answering these, okay? Number 1, Ferris Bueller's Day Off or Back to the Future? I love both of those movies, but I will go with Back to the Future. Just because I feel like it's more iconic than Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I mean, Ferris Bueller's Day Off was really funny, and I loved it. I saw it, I don't know how many times in the theater, but I also saw Back to the Future, I don't know how many times in the theater. And I don't know. I feel like Back to the Future is, if I'm faced with the choice of which one I'm going to watch, I feel like would pick Back to the Future before I would choose Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but then I also love that movie. God, these are hard questions, but I'm going to stick with Back to the Future. Okay, number 2, Rubik's Cube or Etch-A-Sketch? I cannot do a Rubik's Cube. Like, I see those people that just, and they're like, done. I used to take it apart and put it back together, so that the color sides line up, or we just take the stickers off. And then they fall off eventually, so that sucked. Etch-A-Sketch I did like when I was little. I remember playing with an Etch-A-Sketch, but I could never make anything of any recognition on it. You know what I mean? Like my cousin could draw like cars and all kinds of stuff, and I could just make like little boxes and squiggly lines. Okay, so which one? I'm going to go with Etch-A-Sketch, honestly, because I was totally useless with the Rubik's Cube. And I feel like Etch-A-Sketch I did, even though you couldn't tell what the hell I was drawing, I did feel like I had more fun with it. Number 3, Transformers or G.I. Joe? Transformers. Not a G.I. Joe. I just, Nope. But Transformers I loved. Autobots, roll out. I'm not Optimus Prime, obviously, but loved it. Number 4, MTV or VH1? That's tough too, because I love both. MTV was first, and then VH1 came later. If MTV had stayed more with the video playing, I probably would choose MTV. And I know there's multiple MTV channels now, and you can find the one that just plays videos. I get it. But not everybody has all the cable channels in all of the universe, all right? I loved VH1 because they had the Behind the Music docuseries, and I think Mike brought that up in he and Jan's video. That was such a great series. And I felt like VH1 played more music videos than MTV, really. They both got really caught up in the reality shows, which I did like those too, but I don't know. I really missed the MTV of old where they actually played music videos. And I also loved Yo MTV Raps and Headbangers Ball, and those were so fun. Total Request Live, Dial MTV, I don't know, whatever they were, really fun. Number 5, the A-Team or Knight Rider? I love the A-Team, and that's Jan, Shawnee, and I. We are the A-Team. That's a nickname that I think Shawnee gave us. And I did love Knight Rider, but I thought Knight Rider was kind of dorky, and I loved Mr. T, so I'm going to say the A-Team. Number 6, Pac Man or Donkey Kong? Pac Man, probably. That's what I played the most. I could not have a Nintendo game system of any kind growing up, but there were like arcades near my house that I would go, and my neighbor kids had Nintendos. Thank goodness. I mean, my mom bought my kids game systems. Isn't that funny how things change that way? Number 7, E.T. or Gremlins? Oh, E.T. I have to say E.T. Very special in my heart. So is Gremlins though. But E.T. is just so iconic. So was Gremlins though, but I think E.T. was more iconic. And I can remember very vividly seeing E.T. in the theater when it was first released, and I don't have that memory for Gremlins. Gremlins is a great movie, but I would prefer to watch E.T. Number 8, Golden Girls or Family Ties? Golden Girls, are you kidding? Golden Girls. I am a golden girl. Now, I'm in my 50s. I'm 50. I'm 50. Sorry. Family Ties I love too. I really did. I actually thought about naming my daughter Mallory. Not necessarily after that character, because she was kind of a dingbat, but I just love the name Mallory. I think it's a beautiful name. Really enjoyed the show. No, Golden Girls. I'm not switching. Number 9, Top Gun or Risky Business? Top Gun. Risky Business, I've never liked that movie. I mean, I love the scene where he slides around in his socks and his undies and sings and cute. But Top Gun, loved that movie. I always will. Tom's a little odd, okay? But I really love Top Gun. I do. Number 10, Indiana Jones or Han Solo? My husband would definitely say Han Solo and would really encourage me, I'm sure, to say Han Solo. But I love Indy. I love Indiana Jones. Love Indiana Jones. Oh my gosh, this is almost impossible. I don't know, you guys. That's tough. Oh gosh. I don't know, my soul and my heart is telling me to go with Han Solo, so I'm going to. Number 11, glam rock or new wave? New wave. Glam rock was okay, but I was much more into new wave type music. And Depeche Mode, I guess, is considered new wave. So yes, new wave for sure, because I love Depeche Mode. Number 12, Cabbage Patch Kids or Teddy Ruxpin? Cabbage Patch Kids. Teddy Ruxpin was scary and weird and possessed. I loved Cabbage Patch Kids. I had 5 of them. Plus, I had a Kusa, which was like a, I don't know, Cabbage Patch doll and an animal morphed together. Mine was a cat. Cinnamon. Number 13, Nintendo or Sega? Probably Nintendo. I mean, I never had either one, but I feel like I played more Nintendo games than Sega games. Number 14, Flashdance or Footloose? Footloose. I have to say Footloose. I mean, Flashdance is okay, and I love the song Maniac. I still listen to Maniac quite commonly. Love it. And like when I'm driving, you're like, quite commonly what? When I'm driving, I will listen to Maniac. That's such a great driving song. I don't know why, but it is. I also love the Footloose soundtrack. I just think Footloose, it was just a better movie. I feel like better cast, maybe a little bit better acting. But Flashdance is great. It really is. Jennifer Beals was awesome. Jennifer Beals, she was awesome. Really beautiful and an amazing dancer. But I'm going to go with Footloose. I feel almost like guilty that I'm choosing. I don't know why. So dumb. Number 15, big hair or mullet? Well, I had both. More so the mullet. My hair's so fine and thin that I never really could get the huge big hair. I had the huge big bangs for sure. Wall of bangs. God, and I use so much hairspray. I will go with big hair. I always wanted to have the really big hair, but I was like big hair junior. And like I said, I did have a mullet, but mullets were, I did think they looked cute. No, I did. I don't now, but I used to. I'm going to stick with big hair. Jeez. Number 16, jelly shoes or Converse All-Stars? Jelly shoes. I never wore Converse. I tried to wear Converse, but they fit my feet really weird and they rub the backs of my heels really bad. And I loved my jelly shoes. I had so many pairs of jellies. God. And like you'd wear them without any socks on during the summertime and your feet would sweat and you might, you're walking around on the sidewalk and there's dirt and it would just have these rivulets of like sweaty dirt in the bottom of your jelly shoes. I remember rinsing mine out with a hose. So gross. Let's see. Number 17, Scarface or The Godfather? The Godfather. I loved Scarface too, but The Godfather has, the whole series of, or the 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're all so good. And that it's just so in depth into the family and into their behaviors. And yeah, The Godfather. Tony Montana, though, from Scarface. No. I'm going with The Godfather. Okay, number 18, He-Man or Thundercats? I was not into either. My husband loved both. I cannot imagine Paul having to answer this question because he loves both He-Man and Thundercats. I'm going to go with He-Man. Or am I going to go with Thundercats? I changed my answer. I'm going to go with Thundercats. Number 19, Rainbow Bright or Strawberry Shortcake? Strawberry Shortcake. I had a Strawberry Shortcake doll that when you pushed her tummy, she'd blow out like strawberry kisses, but it smelled like strawberry. And it was incredible. So cool. I love that. And I did like Rainbow Bright, but I felt like she was kind of a dork. I really loved Strawberry Shortcake and Blueberry Muffin and Apple Dumpling. And there was a bunch. I still love those. Number 20, Rocky or Rambo? Rocky. Rocky. Rambo? I mean, Hubba Hubba, Sylvester. But he was also real Hubba Hubba in Rocky. Rocky 4 is my favorite. The one where he fights Ivan Drago and he goes on the mountain and screams, Drago! It's the best. And the soundtrack to that one is so good. I listened to the Rocky 4 soundtrack a lot. So Rocky, there's no question. Number 21, Molly Ringwald or Ali Sheedy? Molly Ringwald. I do like Ali, but I don't know, she kind of bugged me. I really loved Molly Ringwald. I still do. Number 22, Bon Jovi or Guns N' Roses? Bon Jovi. And the reason why, well, I just like Bon Jovi's music better, but also when I was in college, I went to see Guns N' Roses. It was Guns N' Roses and Metallica. And Axl Rose, this was like the height of his drug addiction. So I'm not trying to be insensitive about that, but basically, he came out onto the stage, screamed "F you, Portland." That was the city I was in to see the concert. Just blitzed out of his mind to the point where Slash had to come and drag him off, and that was it. And then Metallica came out. And I thought, F you, Guns N' Roses. You know, I just couldn't believe that. I was like, get it together, Axl. I mean, very sad. But Bon Jovi, man, I thought he was so hot. I still do think he's really hot. And I love Bon Jovi's music. Number 23, DeLorean or Ferrari? DeLorean. It's a car that's in Back to the Future. Ferraris are pretty damn cool, but DeLorean. Number 24, breakdancing or aerobics? Breakdancing. I've always been such a breakdancing fanatic. And I used to try to breakdance. Heavy on the try, okay? Number 25, Coke or Pepsi? I don't care. I don't have a preference. My husband loves Pepsi. I don't know why I keep telling you what Paul likes. I just really wish he was filming this with me, but he's not into it. I think Coke is sweeter and Pepsi is more crisp, is how I feel. But I just don't really like to drink soda, so it doesn't matter to me. Number 26, Aha or Duran Duran? Duran Duran. Liked Aha, but they were more of a one-hit wonder in my opinion. And Duran Duran was just so good. Loved their music. And I love them. So cute. Number 27, Thriller or Beat It? Really? How do you pick between Thriller or Beat It? The videos are both really cool. The songs are both really cool. I'm not choosing. Sorry, but I can't choose. They're both amazing. Number 28, boombox or Walkman? I would say Walkman. I really liked having a Walkman. I loved having a boombox too, but Walkmans were just amazing because you could have them with you, obviously, and just listen to your own music and not, because if maybe people around you didn't like what you were listening to, you could still listen to it. You could take it with you. I mean, you could take your boombox too, but then you have to put batteries in it. The batteries die. I mean, the batteries die in the Walkman too. Okay. No, Walkman. Number 29, New Kids on the Block or Boys to Men? Boys to Men. Yeah, I mean, I did like New Kids for sure, but when Boys to Men came out, that was it. Loved them, and I totally, New Kids on the Block who? Number 30, The Cure or the Smiths? You know, honestly, I can't really remember what the Smiths sing. So I'm going to say The Cure. I was never a huge Cure fan, honestly. I mean, I liked a few of their songs, but I'm not, you know, like a diehard The Cure fan. But I just feel like I would recognize their music before I'd recognize music by the Smiths, I think. And then the last one here is cassette tapes or vinyl records. I mean, probably cassette tapes. I do think that like a lot of times the vinyl records sound better. And we do have vinyl records here, and I had a record player. My mom had the most amazing stereo system with a record player when I was growing up. God, it was so good, and it was sounded so great. But I really like cassette tapes. I mean, that was just more my genre. My era was the cassette tape. So, okay, I got through this barely by the skin of my teeth, because some of those I'm like, well, it's so hard to answer some of these because I have such great memories of both the choices, and they're both awesome. So, but that's how I answered them. So I will list these in my description box in case you guys would like to do this on your channel. If you have a channel, go for it. Just make sure you tag me and tag Jan so we can come and watch your videos. And then also, if you want to answer these in the comment section, if you don't have a channel, I love that. I love the 80s. Best decade of the history of the world. And it's always really fun to talk about 80s. And Charlie and I are going to do a part 3 of our 70s, 80s, 90s collabs thing that we've been doing. We just, you know, life gets in the way, but we will be doing that soon. And I will do my very best to bring you another episode of No Makeup and Chill, the No Makeup and Chill, the Barefaced Chronicles next month. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video, but in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.